welcome to Deer Lion Yoga. I'm Becky, and in today's flow, we will be doing a heart opening practice. Opening the heart helps to strengthen the upper back muscles. And I don't know about you, but I'm often hunched over a computer or desk all day, so this is very needed. Also, the heart chakra is thought to link the physical body and the spiritual realm. So I like to think about opening the heart is keeping this channel free and clear. You'll need 2 blocks if you have them for practice. If you don't have blocks, go ahead and grab a blanket or a pillow or anything that you can roll up, and that'll serve just fine. So grab a hot beverage if you'd like, and let's get started. So to begin practice, you'll need your 2 blocks, so go ahead and take those. You will take the first one, and we're going to place it on the highest setting, vertically. And then taking the second one, and you'll place it on the middle setting, so about 8 inches away from the first block, and you'll place this one horizontally. So if you don't have blocks, you can take a blanket or a pillow and kind of bunch it up and place it where we're putting the blocks. So making your way onto your back, this is a more of a restorative pose. So the first block's going to hit you like right behind where your heart would be on the opposite side. And then you'll place your head on the higher block. Good, and you can kind of move around and adjust the blocks as you make your way down to the mat. Arms can lay on either side, bottoms of the feet about hips distance apart, and letting your knees touch. And this will protect the back. So this is a really great heart opener. And so we'll just spend a couple minutes here. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Tuning in with your breath. Slowing down, opening up your heart. You can set an intention if that's something you'd like to do. Maybe you say a mantra to yourself. Staying here for just a couple more breaths. Good, and then opening your eyes. So we'll come out of this pose, and that can be a really great pose to hold for a longer amount of time on your own. So that's just something to remember. So we can go ahead and set these blocks aside for now, and we'll make our way into a tabletop position. Good, so checking in with our alignment. So wrists under the shoulders, and then our knees aligned under the hips. And we'll start with a neutral spine. So we'll be moving into cat-cow from here. Good. So inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest forward, lifting your gaze forward. Cow pose. And then we'll exhale to cat. So we're going to move from the upper back, start to round the spine and drawing your chin to your chest and the belly button upward. Inhaling back to cow. Exhaling through to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, returning to a neutral spine, tabletop. Good, so fingers are spread wide here, pressing into the mat, almost as if palming a basketball. So all the mounds of your hand are pressing into the mat. Tucking your toes, press the ground away so that your knees are hovering off the ground a couple inches. And then really press into the ground, start to press the ground away as you start to slowly straighten your legs, pedaling out the feet. So taking your time here. So maybe you leave a large bend to the legs. Oh, there's Cece. So your chest is moving toward your upper thighs, and then start to straighten them again, making more space. Maybe bending again, taking some of the weight off of your hands, and then start to straighten. So you can repeat this process several times, bending and straightening, finding more space each time. And then finally finding stillness, heels of the feet drawing towards the mat. So the outer arm is pulling down, so the creases of your arms are pointing towards the front of the room. Staying here a couple more breaths. From your downward dog, we'll slowly tiptoe towards the front of the mat. When you reach the front, let your head hang heavy. So grab either elbow, let the torso sway side to side. Releasing the elbows and slowly moving upward, one vertebrae at a time. And then coming to mountain pose. Good. Moving into our first flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the right leg back, dropping the knees for a low lunge. Intertwining the fingers, pressing them into the left thigh. Lengthening the spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Drawing everything in towards the midline. So both of your thighs are moving in towards the middle here. So very active pose. Good. Taking your thumbs, crossing them, point your fingers together, and then intertwining the rest of your fingers. Inhaling up all the way back. So your eyes are following your pointer fingers the whole time. Mini back bend. Opening the heart. Exhale, bringing the hands down. Inhale, right arm peels open. Exhale, back down. Tucking the back toes, and then stepping forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the left leg back, low lunge. Intertwining the fingers, pressing into the right thigh this time, lengthening, pulling everything into the midline, feeling strong, and breathing. Good. Intertwining fingers, pointer fingers together, thumbs crossed. Inhaling all the way up, eyes following your pointer fingers. Opening the heart. Exhale down. Inhale, peeling open the left hand. Exhale down. Tucking the back toes, lifting the knees, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale to our heart center. Good. So we'll move into our second flow. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting hands, stepping back to your plank, taking your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing the toes together here, so big toes, and coming up onto your tiptoes. Moving into a three-legged dog. So inhale the right leg up, keeping the hips square. So you may be able to get your leg higher if you open up your hips, but we want to keep the legs square here, even if the leg doesn't go up as far. Bringing it through, planting it in between your hands, pinwheeling open to a warrior two. Good, so keeping the knee aligned over the ankle, making sure you can still see your big toe. Shoulders down, looking past your middle finger. Exhale, sinking deeper into the pose. Connecting to the breath, pressing into the ground with the outer edge of your left foot. Moving into a side angle, so right forearms to the top of your right thigh, left hand overhead. And then for our heart opener, we'll take a bind if you're able. So left hand behind us, taking your right hand, and it's going to come underneath your legs. So taking your hands here, clasping them, opening up the left shoulder and your heart. Releasing back to warrior two. And then pinwheeling down, stepping back into our three-legged downward dog. And then bringing the foot back to the mat. So moving to the other side, three-legged dog, inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, stepping forward, warrior two on the other side. Good. Checking in with those same alignment. Making sure that knee isn't covering your big toe. Feeling the energy drawing out of your fingertips. At the same time, firm foundation. Outer edge of your right foot pressing into the mat. Good. Moving to the side angle. In your right hand's overhead this time. Breathing here. Again, energy drawing out of the fingertips. And then for our heart opener, moving into the bound side angle. So left hand underneath leg, right arm behind back, clasping the hands, opening up the right shoulder and heart. Good. Releasing warrior two. Pinwheeling down, stepping back, three-legged dog. And then bringing the leg down. Good. So dropping your knees to the mat. We'll move our forearms to the ground as well. Sliding back the legs to Sphinx pose. So hands are spread wide, pressing into the mat. Your elbows are aligned under your shoulders here. And then your forearms extend straight out from there. So Sphinx pose. So this is, again, a very active pose, although it does not look like much. So toes are extending backward, lengthening the spine. Heart is pressed forward. Chin is parallel to the ground here. And then you're right below your belly button. In that space, you're drawing it up and away from the mat and towards your lower back. Shoulders drawing away from the ears. So quite a few things to remember. So very active. Pressing the heart forward all the while. Staying here just a couple more breaths. Good. So releasing, coming down, bringing your forehead to the ground. Hands lay beside you. So we'll move into locust pose from here. So we'll inhale, lifting the legs off the ground, head off the ground, arms off the ground, energetically pulling your pinky fingers towards each other. Heart forward, shoulders drawing away from ears once again. One more breath here. Reaching those pinkies towards each other, heart forward. And then releasing on an exhale. Good. Hands on either side of your shoulders, pressing back to a child's pose. In this child's pose, we're going to bring our arms down beside us. And then your hands can wrap around the heels of your feet. And so actually, let's wrap them around from the inside. Letting your shoulders just relax here. Forehead on the ground. And maybe you take this time to come back to your intention or your mantra. Good. Releasing, coming out of our child's pose. So we'll end today with legs up the wall pose. So this is one of my favorite poses. If you have a block, you can go ahead and grab that, or you can use a wall. So I'll show you both options, and then you can take whichever one you'd like. So with the block, just laying on your mat, bottoms of the feet on the ground. Inhale, lifting the hips, and then sliding the block right under your sacrum. Resting the hips back down, and then just simply lifting your legs up. And then just playing with your legs here, maybe taking, scissors, bicycle, doing the splits, whatever you would like. And then if you take it on the wall, it's pretty simple, just legs up the wall, just as it sounds. I'll show you my trick for getting as close to the wall as possible. So sometimes it's hard to get your butt right up against the wall. So I like to start on the side. So my left hip is just against the wall like this. And then I lay down. And then once I'm down, I turn. And then just laying like this. Feet up the wall. So go ahead and pick whichever one of those you would like. I'll go back to the block. And this is a really good pose for releasing tension if you're really stressed or anxious. It's very simple. You can do it almost anywhere. And what I like about this pose is it's not very often our feet get to be so light and free. Often we're bearing all of the weight on them. So it's nice just to let them play for once. And then finding stillness, feeling the blood rush down your legs, returning to the heart. Returning to the heart. Good. So whenever you're ready, and stay here as long as you'd like, bringing your feet back to the ground, lifting the hips if you have a block, sliding it out from underneath you. And then we'll end with a couple breaths together. So returning to a cross-legged seat on your mat. Closing your eyes. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling loudly through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling loudly through the mouth. And then opening your eyes. May the light in me honor the light in you. Until next time, namaste.